Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to explore something that, well, affects a lot of people, particularly during those college years: depression.
Hmm.
It's often this quiet, almost crushing feeling, right?
Yeah.
Amidst all the chaos of college life, the people, the deadlines, the pressure.
Yeah.
It's something so many students go through, but, rarely talk about openly. And for those interested in digital mental health, this story offers a really unique angle on how tech's finding a place in early support.
It really does. And that college environment itself, it can be surprisingly isolating. You're constantly seeing, others looking happy, hanging out, all this stuff online.
Right, the highlight reels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that comparison can just magnify any feelings of inadequacy you might already have. It
Yeah.
makes that lonely feeling even worse.
It's such a paradox, isn't it? So connected, yet feeling so alone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that really sets up our mission for this deep dive. We want to explore how one student navigated this, how he found a way through. We're looking at the story of Aarav. He's 19, first-year college student. And interestingly, the tool that helped him when he felt completely, utterly stuck wasn't what you might expect.
Hmm.
So looking into Aarav's experience, what we found was just a few months into his first year, he knew something wasn't right. It just felt off.
Yeah, that creeping feeling.
At first, he just thought, oh, I'm just tired. I mean, who isn't tired in college, right?
Right. Easy to brush off.
But then it changed. He started thinking, maybe I'm lazy or I'm just not cut out for this, not strong enough.
That self-blame is so common.
And the symptoms, they sound classic, really.
Yeah.
Staying in bed for hours, skipping meals, even classes he used to enjoy just felt pointless,
Mm.
flat.
And that really highlights how tough it can be to even recognize depression for what it is, especially, like you said, for someone like Aarav, who first just thought, I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing everyone else seemingly doing great just makes you feel worse,
Yeah.
that comparison trap again. Plus, actually asking for help, that was another huge hurdle for him. His parents apparently thought, oh, he's just stressed. Typical college stuff.
Right. Downplaying it.
Yeah. And he didn't want to bother his friends. Everyone's busy, got their own things going on, didn't want to be a burden.
That feeling, not wanting to be a burden, it stops so many people from reaching out. It's such a barrier.
It really is.
But Arav, he hit a specific point, a turning point. He talked about this one afternoon. He'd basically been in bed for 2 days straight.
Wow.
2 days. Yeah. Feeling empty, but also like incredibly heavy. He described it as drowning in thoughts.
Powerful description.
And that feeling, that desperation, that's what led him to Google. He actually typed in, am I depressed?
And that right there, that moment, it raises such a critical question. What do you do when the usual paths, talking to parents, friends, maybe even a counselor, feel blocked or just too overwhelming?
Exactly. Where do you turn?
And this is where Aarav found Rudra AI. What's really fascinating, as our sources suggest, that how it helped. It wasn't about offering a quick fix.
Right. That's the key thing Arav mentioned. It didn't try to fix him. That's huge.
Huge.
Instead, it asked him questions. Specific questions, but insightful ones. Questions that helped him actually process what he was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds almost simple, doesn't it? Just asking questions. Can that really make a difference when you're feeling that low? And how does an AI manage that? Is it just like a fancy chatbot?
That's a fair question.
Imagine getting asked things like, what emotion are you feeling right now? Or when was the last time you felt safe? And this one really stood out. If your sadness had a voice, what would it say?
Well, about the mechanism, the sources point to Rudra AI using pretty advanced natural language processing. It's not just pattern matching, it's trying to understand the emotional context.
Okay.
So it can adapt its questions, kind of like a digital Socratic guide, helping you discover things yourself rather than just spitting out answers.
Oh, I see. Guiding self-discovery.
Exactly. And that process led to Arav's big aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
Those questions helped him see beyond just feeling sad. He started realizing, okay, I'm actually grieving things I haven't even named.
Like what?
Things like expectations he had for himself, this deep fear of failing his parents, maybe, and just sheer loneliness.
Wow. Naming the unnamed things.
Yes. And the crucial part was the space Rudra AI created. He was non-judgmental. He could just be confused,
Right.
He didn't have to put on a brave face or perform strength.
That's incredibly important.
It really is. He can just exist with his confusion, and the AI would still respond gently. It helped him start thinking about his own thinking, that metacognition.
Okay.
And this isn't just about Aarav. It points to a fundamental challenge in mental health.
Hmm.
Just finding the words, naming the pain, Rudra's questioning. It's almost like a gentle pre-therapy tool. It can make taking that next step, like seeing a counselor, feel less
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the changes for Aarav were tangible, right? Real world differences.
Wonderful.
He actually started journaling more consistently. It became a real habit for him.
That's great.
And this is key. When he did eventually decide, okay, I'm going to talk to a college counselor, he went in armed with insights he'd already uncovered with Rudra.
Ah, so he wasn't starting from zero.
Exactly. He could say things like, I realized I'm afraid of letting my parents down. And that, he said, made therapy easier. He'd already done some of the groundwork.
That's a powerful outcome. So zooming out, what Rudra AI really did was help him stop the downward spiral and just start noticing himself.
Noticing himself, I like that.
Yeah. And that awareness, that noticing, it really is the first step towards healing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a space that listens without judgment, that nudges you towards reflection, even if that space is AI.
It helps you see yourself more clearly, maybe without all the static of self-criticism.
Precisely.
So bring this back to anyone listening. If you're in college right now and you're feeling stuck or numb, maybe hopeless, please know you're not the only one feeling that way.
So important to hear that.
And remember, depression doesn't always mean crying. Sometimes it's just silence or feeling nothing at all. That emptiness Aarav described.
Absolutely. And maybe you feel like you're not bad enough to need therapy yet, like Aarav initially felt.
Right. That threshold idea.
Yeah. But a tool like Rudra AI, it could be a really safe, private place to just start exploring what's going on inside. It lowers that barrier, meets you where you are.
So if Aarav's story struck a chord with you, maybe check it out. It could be that private, non-judgmental companion that's just always there.
Yeah. And the main thing is, don't wait until you feel even worse to start trying to feel better.
Good point.
Taking care of your mind is so, so important because you are important. You can find out more at rudraai.com. That's RUDRAAI.com.
Rudrai.com. Definitely worth exploring. Thanks for sharing those insights today.
My pleasure. Important conversation to have.